In the previous episode, we fed the raccoon. He got super fed. We got done with that. It's really good. She thinks that she's going to visit her parents today. Good for you, Maru. So, yeah, we fed the raccoon. And the raccoon was like, oh, if only I could get a wife. So I looked it up. Turns out the next request, there's several requests that the raccoon makes. The next one doesn't come until 7 days later in the game. So we're not getting that done before the end of winter. Totally fine. Weather report. It's gonna snow. I think it's snowing today too. Spirits are very displeased today. That's great. That's great. Living off the land. Anything special? Ever see 3 little brown stems poking out of the ground? They're real hard to spot sometimes, but if you dig on that spot, you'll always find something. Don't ask me how it works. Yeah, about that. They call them stems. They're not stems. They're wormies. Just look at them when they pop up. There's no way that's a stem. Stems don't move around like that. It's not even like a minor breeze and they're all blowing around. It just doesn't work that way. You know what? I think they're wormies. I'm arguing with the creator of the game. Hi, how are you doing? I hope you enjoy the gift I've sent you. Well, goodbye, emoji. Emily sent me a sea urchin. Yeah, that'll sell for 160, thanks. And that is that. Let's get our iridium from the previous night. So, goal right now. Goal is to get our combat leveled up. And that's about it. That's my only goal. I think I want to work on getting my second barn up and running as well. But at the same time, I'm trying to manage my money because I want to go into the next season with just a boatload of money so I can plant a bunch of stuff and make a bunch of money, obviously. So that's kind of the goal at the moment. Now, where it gets complicated, and I've mentioned this before, but you know, new people come in all the time. So it's nice to kind of catch you up. I am only doing the series to the end of the first year. So we're really close to the end. We got like this episode and maybe one more. And with that in mind, we don't have enough time to finish a lot of stuff, but we do have enough time to finish a couple things. Having all of my skills to level 10 is one of those. So that's the biggest one that I'm going to try to complete, which means I need to go get my combat up. So we got to go to the oasis. Or not the oasis, the desert, whatever it is, and do a bunch of fighting. I think that that'll be pretty useful. I could go to other places to fight, but at the moment, I just kind of feel like I'm trying to farm iridium anyway, so I may as well be there. That's the other thing. We need iridium. And with the iridium, we're able to make a bunch of sprinklers. So obviously I have, what, 11 iridium? I can basically make as many sprinklers as I'm going to need right now, which is great. I also need the iridium to upgrade my tools, such as the hoe. I need to get a hoe upgrade going today. That is the point of today. We're going to get our hoe upgraded, because right now it's the basic hoe. But we're going to need going into spring, even though that's not going to be in the series, right? You have to imagine, as a person who's playing this game, that is how you must play, right? You got to consider that spring is coming up and you know how to prepare for that. So we're going to continue to play in that way. Plus, I've mentioned before, but I'm going to continue to play on my own after this. I'm just going to blast through and have some fun doing a little bit of Stardew Valley. The thing is, I'm also going to, and I mentioned this in the previous episode, launch not 1, but 2 new Terraria series. I know a lot of people have been clamoring. Took a little bit of a break from Terraria, so that is coming back. But because of that, it's going to be nice to have Stardew Valley to play in the background. Oh, and oh my goodness, today, I was talking about like game announcements and stuff yesterday. Today is a mighty day. So today was the Xbox Games Showcase. And they announced some bangers. Like there's some really cool looking games in there. Not to mention let's get rid of that. I'm going to keep the oak resin. Not to mention that they showed off the cinematic trailer for Diablo 4 Vessels of Hatred, and whew, that was gross and in a great way. It was perfect. That was a perfect. Oh, let me grab my copper before I forget. Copper, right? Yeah, because it's got to go. Yeah, that's next for the hoe. Oh, I don't even have 5 copper bars. Do I have copper bars in my main like crafting chest? I'm about to freak out. Did I not have enough copper bars for stuff? I have 4. Wow. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna cook up a bunch of copper over the next couple days. Anyway, so yeah, they showed that trailer. It's super exciting. I find it funny because as a Diablo partner, generally I'm on the inside on some of these kind of things. I know what's coming up. Totally fun to be on the side of things where it's like, yes, I know what's about to be announced because I've already had like a preview of it. This is not the case for like these big Xbox showcases. They keep things under wraps. So like us partners, we don't get to know any of that. We don't get to know that was going to be a trailer. Now we could assume so because like we knew it was coming out this year. And we've not heard anything about it since BlizzCon. And even then, we didn't really hear anything about it other than that it was coming. So it's like, we're in season 4, we're expecting something. It probably is going to be at this showcase, right? So like, you can look at it logically and be like, yes, we're probably going to hear something. And if not, it's going to be its own little thing in the near future. But yeah, they announced it. They announced the release date, which is October 8th, which is great because it's an early birthday present for me because my birthday's on the 13th. And the trailer was freaking fantastic. I cannot wait. What trailer? It's the intro cinematic to Vessels of Hatred. I cannot wait for that. But like, I'm gonna have, while doing the Terraria series, I'm gonna have just a little bit of time here and there to play my own stuff. So it's gonna be Terraria. It's gonna be, or sorry, not Terraria. It's gonna be Stardew Valley. It's gonna be Diablo 4. It's gonna be just like random crap that I'm playing. Just to not be playing Terraria all the time. Especially because I'll be playing through 2 completely different mods. And that breaks your brain. It really does. Like, no joke. It breaks your brain. So it'll be nice to have something to jump into that will reset how I'm thinking at any given time. But man, I love this time of year. This time of year is always great. Got a bunch of game announcements. A lot of them are really cool. Really excited for Dragon Age Veil something or other. They changed the name from Dreadwolf to Veil something or other. And I don't know why they did that, but sure, whatever. We'll see when it comes out in fall. Blew me away when they announced the release date for that. And because I've done a full playthrough of Origins, Dragon Age 2, and Inquisition, and have covered the comics, you can bet your butt that I will be playing a full playthrough of Veilguard. That's what it is. I'll be playing a full playthrough of that, and I am so excited for it. You have no idea. You have no idea. That's okay. Here's the thing. I'm rambling on a lot at the beginning of this episode, but that's because most of this episode is just going to be me quietly mining and killing things, right? So this is the amount of talking you're getting right now. Let's dump this stuff in. How much do I have? 162. I have 4 or less than 4, about 4 more days before we're done with our hardwood and can repair the boat, which is good. That's kind of our goal. Anyways, as I was gonna say, the thing with how my channel works is some people will get, they just don't understand. They just don't understand how it works, and it's totally fine. I upload a video every single day, and I've been doing that since 2011. It's crazy when you think of how long that actually is in my life, right? So when you consider the vast amount of videos that I have a wide breadth of them, and it means that I get new viewers all the time from everywhere. And that's fun. There's a lot of evergreen content there, like my playthroughs of Dragon Age, for example. But I consider those tent poles. Those are tentpole games. Those are games in which they are so popular, and my playthroughs of those games have so many views on them that when the new game comes along, because I've already done the playthrough, right? I'll explain the Mass Effect thing in a second there too. I've already done the playthroughs of the Dragon Age games, and like 100,000 people have watched through the entire series from start to finish, which is crazy. And those people, when the new game comes out and they want to watch a playthrough, they come back to me. They come back to my channel and they watch through it. So I'm really excited for it because it's a tentpole. It is one of those big franchises that I do, like Terraria, that gets a bunch of views. and that's great. And it brings a lot of new people in. So I'm really excited for it that way. But like this, in the same vein, that is why I did the Mass Effect Legendary Edition playthrough. Because I had played through on the channel Mass Effect 3 before. Oh my goodness, I've already taken a wallop. Here, let's get rid of all the slimes here before I focus on what I'm saying. I'm about to die. Get out of here. Okay. Eat this. I need the spicy eel buff anyways. So that'll do. Can I... What else heals me up? The coconut? No. Where... Do I just have the blackberries? I think I just got blackberries. Oh, you know what? I should probably eat first before attacking this. Anyway, so I did the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect because I wanted that to also be done, where I have all 3 of those games done. I've done Andromeda. We've played all the way through all those games. So by the time Mass Effect 4 or whatever they're going to end up calling it, they may even change the name on it now that we know. By the time that comes out, I will have had a full playthrough of all of the games, so those people can come in just like they will with Dragon Age. It's a cool way of handling content, but it's really only something you can do if you upload as often as I do and have as many videos as I do. And the other thing I'll say, because I don't mention it very often in videos, and I really should, I just don't, because it usually just slips my mind, to be perfectly honest, is if you are appreciative of the amount of videos that I upload and the amount of work that I put into this, then consider becoming a channel member, because you'll get access to cool stuff, such as one of those new Terraria series. They will be a member exclusive thing. The first couple episodes will be free for everybody, and then it will go as a members only series, uploading in tandem with the other Terraria series at the same time. It's something we're trying. We attempted to do member early access. Not that we attempted, we did members early access for the end of Baldur's Gate 3, and it worked really well. And then we released those to the public a few days later, I think 4 or 5 days later. And we're going to do the same thing for that Terraria series and other series coming up. But that stuff will be released later in the series. As I've mentioned before, my dad has terminal cancer, and because I have a unbroken upload schedule, I'm not going to keep uploading if something suddenly happens, which means that I'm going to have a bank of videos, because I'll have all of those member-only videos that I can start releasing when I inevitably have to take a break. So that way I can keep the upload schedule, the release schedule for people. Even if the channel members, have already watched that, it's still at least one video every day. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun to have like all of these extra series that people can watch, because I've never really done anything like this. But yeah, if you want to support the channel and me getting absolutely demolished by these stupid dragon things, then consider becoming a channel member by hitting the join button down below. It's really cheap. Oh, you know what? I forgot about something that I need to go take care of, which is back in town. Crap, actually, what's the best way to do this? Maybe I use warp totems. No, I don't think I need to for this. The bookseller is in town. I totally forgot that at the start of the episode, when I started recording, it popped up. And I was like, that's going to be something I have to do today, is go to the bookseller. Totally didn't even think about it right after that. So yeah, that is a priority. So we're going to run over here. Thankfully, I've got the speed boost, right? I believe my book that I need to sell is in this one. It is. Okay, so we can at least take that book. And we can head over there right away and just go sell our stuff. Potentially buy a combat book. That'd be great if I can upgrade that. Guess we'll see. Town. Maybe I can also buy some of the extra stuff. Oh, that's right. My hoe is being repaired. The Joja Mart is closed. You know what? I don't think I've actually ever gone in there after finishing the thing. The community center. What was that? Did you see that? The heck was that thing? I might go look. Trade in books. I can get stuffing. Sure. Let's do that. I'm okay with that. Fairy dust. Monster musk. All right, let's see here. Buy books. I don't need any. So read to gain experience in all skills. Don't need that. I mean, I could. Maybe I should. Way of the Wind. Got those. Don't need the horse book. Don't have a horse. Probably should. Run a lot faster through grass and crops. Actually, that's pretty good. And that's foraging. So you know what I might do? What I might do is buy a book of stars. Because it's all skills. I would prefer to have a combat one, but we're not doing that. And then I'm actually going to spend the money on Ol Slitherlegs. I think that's actually kind of worth it going into spring. So we'll get both of these. Hopefully it levels up my combat. Nope. Better than nothing. Learned a new power. Yes, I did. Now, there was something that came flying off over here. Ooh, I didn't realize that this was hardwood. I'll take that. Wait, are there 2 hardwood spots here? No, I don't want that tree. No, I don't want that tree. Stop trying to... Apparently I got stuck on that tree. That's interesting. I didn't know there were 2 hardwood spots there. I wonder if they refresh every day, or maybe they don't. Guess we'll see. I'm also going to check Joja Mart real quick, since we're here. Out of business. Yeah, get wrecked, son. All right, let's finish off this day. Now that I've got my inventory sorted out. I have a feeling we're going to make quite a lot. Yeah, 13,000. That's pretty good. The foraging really helped because we obviously had all of that we were able to pick. But outside of that, like, our coffee beans and stuff, making a bit, you know? It's not a full greenhouse yet, but I'm going for it. Gotta love it. I think that, that's the thing. There's so many other good ways to make money with your greenhouse. But in a way, it kind of ruins it for me, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because you're making so much money. And then you don't have, like, the normal crunch that you do, like we do now. Where it's like, oh, I got to go into spring and I only have 68,000 right now. And I kind of like that. I like it making it a little bit more difficult. So I'm okay with just not doing the most optimal thing ever. I have to leave for work soon. I'll see you tonight. I'll be thinking of you. Peace. All right, let's see here. That's not what I wanted to click on. I want to click on the TV. Weather report. A few inches of snow tomorrow. Fortune teller. Spirits are very displeased today. They just don't like us as we're doing the end of the series. Just how it is, apparently. Get our bait. I need to get my copper bars done here. I think I can go pick up my hoe. No, I turned it in yesterday, so I can't pick it up today. I have to pick it up tomorrow. Right. So we'll also get one of these cooking because it takes a while. And yeah, I guess we're gonna go back to the desert again today. Oh, I forgot to mention that I went to go for the little wormies. Totally forgot that I don't have my hoe. Oh, there's more of them too. I forgot to mention that I re-looked up that game I was talking about yesterday, the scary Stardew Valley. It's called Grave Seasons. I'm never gonna forget that name. That is like that name is so well done because it's, you know, there's like murders and stuff going on in the town. It's kind of like spooky scary. They couldn't have come up with a better name, really. I think that's great. And then you also have the fact that the SOE, the search, or SEO rather, search engine optimization on that title is phenomenal because you've got a couple different things with that name going on in a non-obtrusive way, in a way that's not obnoxious, so it works. So the first is that Graveyard Keeper is a game like Stardew Valley, kinda, where you're a graveyard keeper. It's kind of dark and, you know, macabre. Then you also have Story of Seasons, which is like the newer version of Harvest Moon, right? So you got like this double whammy there of people who are searching for those two games, and Grave Seasons may pop up on their list because of that. And I freaking find that so brilliant. Plus the name itself implies multiple seasons, right? And then you've got the graves because of the dead people, and it's like, it's beautiful. Really well done. As soon as that game goes on wish list or something, it's not on, I can't find it on Steam yet, but as soon as it does, I'm gonna follow that. I'm so excited for it. And that's the other thing too that I don't mention, but when I do my first impressions and stuff like that, It's generally from a site that I use that where publishers are able to distribute their keys to people who make content. So I generally try to use that site because it has its own benefits of using it and everything. It's a professional way of being able to like get keys for games. So if it pops up on there, you bet your butt I'm also requesting that one. I can't wait for that game. I don't even know anything about it other than the tiny trailer they had in that like mosaic of trailers, and I'm just so excited for it. Oh, and I just remembered something else too. One final thing that I wanted to mention really in this episode, because it's been a recent development, which is that my friends and I, who all play like Warhammer and stuff together, we recently changed what we consider our home game store. It's technically closer to me, well, in time it takes to get there, but even though it's technically further away from me. But the thing is, we had something happen and we were just like, okay, we're just going to switch game stores. Okay, we liked our old game store, but this new game store is actually phenomenal. And I went in there today. Now, it's my second time ever being in there. I went in there one quick time when we were kind of shopping around to see like where we wanted to play games at. Because like we could meet up at people's houses, but then it's like, I can have, I don't know, 5 to 10 people over at my house. Like we got a lot of space, but I can probably only be playing like 2 to 3 games of Warhammer in our house, which is a lot for a house, don't get me wrong. But, you know, if we're having a bunch of people over all the time, it's kind of a strain on me and my wife, kids, and everything. So it's not feasible, right? So it's better to have a place to play. So I go in there for the second time today because I wanted to pick up some paint. I'm going to try out a new paint line for my business, and they happened to sell it there, and I was like, cool, I'm going to go pick up a couple bottles of it just to try it out. I was also dropping off a 3D printed order for somebody, and on top of that, I wanted to kind of check their membership, because they have a membership. Now, a lot of game stores, so if you're into like board games or war games and stuff, you know this. One of the ways that they cover their costs is they charge for table space. So, for example, this place charges you $3. They say, hey, if you want to play all day, you pay $3, you can play all day at our store, but that covers the table fee is what they call it. And that's cool. It's fine. It's normal. The game store we were at before didn't have that, so it wasn't something we were, oh my goodness, I'm being absolutely wrecked by these stupid slimes. Die, slimy. It wasn't something that we were ever really worried about at the other store, and it is something that we have to worry about now. But they offer a membership, okay? Don't worry, I'll get to the point in a second. They offer this membership, and you end up saving, like if you were to go there and play every single week, once a week, every single week throughout the year, you end up saving like $30. It's totally worth it to get, because even if you miss some weeks, you're still saving money most of the time. So I went in there to get my membership, and I didn't really know what it entailed, because I haven't played a game there yet. I just have been really busy, and it's not been something that I've been able to get done up until, you know, later this month. I'll be able to have some time to do that. And I asked them, I was like, you know, what does it give me? And they're like, oh, it gives you like 10% off the entire store, which is great because I buy a lot of stuff. So I got the 10% off on the paint that I picked up and everything, which is great. Ooh, this is a new layout. And then they asked me, they're like, okay, so we're going to give you a card, and that, you know, that's what you show us when you come in. Like if we have a new person working or whatnot, like we'll know that you have the membership because you'll have your card. It's like, cool. And they asked me something I was not expecting to hear, but I found so funny for whatever reason. She was like, hey, while I'm getting your card set up, would you like me to laminate it for you? Which, if you're not in the US and you've never really heard that saying, I know it's in other places too, it's not just a United States thing, but there are places in the world that don't do lamination on papers. It's basically like covering it in plastic, like a permanent plastic that's going to protect the thing underneath, because it's just a business card is really what the card is. So in order to protect it and save them money, rather than having to like make all of these like, I don't know, like plastic, like credit cards, they do a paper business card, and then that's what they give you to check in, right? But the fact that she asked if I wanted it laminated just got me so good. I was cracking up all the way to the car, and then back home I kept thinking about it, and I was just laughing. Was not expecting that. Not expecting that. Even though it's something that makes total sense. Makes absolute 100% sense when you think about it. But it's not something I ever expected that person to happen to say to me. Like I could have come up with 100 different things that I would think were more likely that they were about to say to me in that moment. Would you like your card laminated? Is not one of them. And it only took her a couple minutes. It was great. It's also really nice. Now I'm not worried about like spilling stuff on it or ripping it up or losing it because the lamination is quite a large overlay on it. So what I may do is just, I don't know, put a hole in the lamination and just like put a thing around it to carry around. I don't know. It doesn't fit in my wallet because it's a little too big. Okay, we're definitely going to teleport home. I feel like I've got quite a lot going on with my inventory at the moment, and it's going to take me a minute to sort it all out, but didn't really get as much killing done as I wanted. Weird to say it that way, but it's true. I really did want to get a bit more fighting done. I just was not able to do so. Oh, excuse me. I kept coming across levels that just like had one enemy in it, and it took me forever to find the exit. Hate when that happens, so it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's just something we gotta hope that we, are able to find more monsters in the future. Another thing I forgot to mention earlier is the Omni Geodes. I was opening them up because I did a quick glance at stuff that I can still get from them, and there was still a handful of stuff. So I decided right now, if I have like a handful of them, like 5, I'll run over and open them. Otherwise, maybe I just hold on to them for like now I'm at 8. So now I wait till 10 and then I'll go over and use the trader and might be able to get 1 or 2 things from there. But it's kind of rare that you are going to get something that's like super useful. So let's see here. I mean, I could do the troves too as well, but there's things that I'm also trying to look for that aren't in the troves. So 6,500, not great, but that's okay. Because I think I'm just going to hold on to all my gold to the end of the month anyways, and then start spring with just a boatload of gold and buy as many crops as I can. And then what I would then do is with the leftover, go buy cows and put them in my extra barn. I think that's the best way to do it.